So I was looking into this whole strong mayor thing, and they're just throwing just weird, random stuff in here. I don't even understand what, they're trying to say it's not even a strong mayor now. So what is it? The weak mayor? Are we voting for a weak mayor? I mean, I guess it just says charter amendment, change form of government to mayor council. Change form of government. Okay, it says it right there at the top of ballot question number 2A. Change the form of government. But I thought section 1.2 says if you want to change the form of government, you need a charter convention. That's just the law. It's a charter, right? So if you believe in Dillon's rule, then we don't even have any power to begin with. Well, actually, if you believe in Dillon's rule, we got the express powers in the Constitution. So actually, we do have home rule, even with the conservative definition. Interesting. So if anybody who says that the city of Pueblo has no constitutional standing, they have no idea what in the hell they're talking about. Now, do they? But anyways, this is supposed to be more fun and playful. So without ranting, I was looking into this and I saw the aviation department is now governed by ordinance instead of resolution, section 14.1. What's that about? The aviation department, it wasn't working when we were passing resolutions. Wait a second. This resolution, this control of the aviation department with resolutions has gotten out of control. We've got to do something about this. People want to make fun of my goat head thing. Okay, but the aviation department now needs to be governed by ordinance. How many times has the aviation been governing by resolution affected you in your life? How many times has goat heads affected you? So, yeah, shut your mouth, okay? So, a purchases and supplies department is being added, section 728. We have 15 departments already, and now we're adding a purchases and supplies department. That could have been added by city council anyways, by itself. So why is that being added? It's just like we're adding these extra departments in there. I mean, it's like, are they trying to get jobs to their friends here? So, yeah, hey, I'm rewriting this charter, girl. No, girl. I'll get you a job at the purchase and supplies. I'll make you director, girl. And then section 6.4, immunity for the city employees. Nick Gardasar said that was an immunity clause. The 6.4 changes. He also said that we were getting down in the weeds. So he was like, somebody's been reading my work. Somebody's been reading my work very closely. It eliminates a specific 60-day provision. And it adds this, or by a city employee acting within the course of employment clause. So any city employee now, I guess, can attack you, and it's going to be hard as hell to sue them if they, do it within the course of employment. So city employee, that'll be all 15 departments, including the brand new department of the purchases and supplies. So if you get in the way of the purchases and supplies director, then they, if they're like, I was trying to get the pencils, I was trying to get the papers, he was in my way, and they just, body check them, well, they will have immunity. They can body check them. The director of purchases and supplies can now body check you if you try to block them, or just so happen to be, it looks like you're blocking them from getting the pens and papers that the rest of the government needs. So 3 minor little bitty changes, but it's kind of like, what's going on? So I took a deeper look into this. And, shall the charter of the city of Pueblo be amended to change the form of government to council manager government to a mayor council government, and in connection therewith. So there's this little blurb, this little paragraph, but of course it corresponds to 70 pages. 70 pages. This charter is 70 pages long. Not really. It's not 70 pages. But you didn't know that. You didn't know that it wasn't not 70 pages. It's actually 10 pages, and it's got 70 changes. But did they read the 10 pages? Did really these politicians, they looked at the, wait a second. The municipal judges, the problem with the municipal judges is that the city council is the one that hires and fires them. And you know what? I'm sick of it. I don't think so. I don't think any of these changes, nobody really asked for any of these changes. And so I think people are just going along with who they know instead of actually looking at the issue itself. So, aviation department is now governed by ordinance, purchases and supplies. Section 6.4 adds immunity. There was another section here, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is now going to be the main horsemen for the city. They're going to usher in 1,000 years of darkness. So that's weird. They kind of slipped that in there, Ed Brown, he had no comment about any of this. Now, there is another, you see, I'm looking here, the firstborn. So the charter, the brand new charter now, the skinny charter of Nick Gardasar, he wants the firstborn of everybody's babies. So he's going to be collecting the firstborn. So that was in there. That was in the charter. I don't know if you all knew that or not. So I think if you just rub pig's blood on your door, you'll be okay. Now, slavery for whites, for reparations, that's interesting. I mean, I'm in favor of reparations, and that actually would, that solves it, right? Since there was oppression, so, but like, yeah, I guess we didn't do it, but there's ramifications still some ripple effect. But my God, I mean, what? White people are now slaves to black people for reparations, so they slipped that in there. That's strange. That's strange. So that's Big Daddy Strange doing some strange stuff. And Ed Brown, of course, he didn't say nothing about it either. Ed Brown doesn't really say much of anything unless Steve Noraki tells him what to say. I found this section here too. Everybody must give Nick Gardasar fellatio. Okay, well that's interesting. Like. And people are just jumping right on that, right? So I guess they don't call him Big Daddy Strange for nothing, right? Big Daddy Strange is strange indeed. All the drugs that are confiscated will now go to the banker class. So that's essentially what's been going on anyways. But that's, look at all these clauses. How many more clauses have they slipped in? Well, I got, another 10 here. So marijuana is going to be re-illegalized. So they're going to go ahead and re-legalize or illegal. We're going to bring back the prohibition. Marijuana experiment, it's gone. So, and then the goat heads, they're going to have a war on potheads. And then the goat heads and the poison ivy, they're actually going to start planting poison ivy gardens. It's not illegal to raise poison ivy. You can have poison ivy, hemlock, sumac, all the poison plants that you want, but just don't raise any damn marijuana. So just go ahead and raise all the goat heads. Actually, it'll be required. It says right here, I think, question ballot 2A, it is now a requirement that everybody must raise as many goat heads as possible. It is mandated to raise the goat heads, poison ivy, poison hemlock, and poison sumac, and marijuana is now going to be re-illegalized. So there's that, right? They're undoing prohibition. I mean, they're changing the entire form of government. What'd you expect? They're changing the entire form of government. You didn't think they was going to slip all this extra stuff in there? You didn't even read it, did you? Well, you think they're going to tell you about all the stuff that they slipped in? Okay. Yeah, right. If they would have told us, then I want to know, Aviation Department purchases and supplies, Section 6.4, the immunity clause. What the hell is that for? What the hell is all that for? I have not got a good explanation for this. I don't know if they actually put this in front of somebody that was going to edit the crap out of them. So in the event of a nuclear holocaust, the homeless people will now be used as a shield. So that's interesting. The tucked in here is now in the event of a nuclear holocaust. We're going to use homeless people. So, at least they came in handy at the end. So, yeah, the mayor went ahead and slipped in that. It says here, let's see, to limit the use of resolutions, to require the mayor prepare a written state of the city report annually, to give the mayor the power to appoint, subject to council confirmation, the city clerk, municipal judges, deputy mayor, and the directors of all city departments, including police, fire, finance, personnel, purchasing, law, public works, parks and recreation, aviation, planning and community development, housing and citizen services, wastewater, stormwater, transit, and information technology. And then it says right here that they're going to put democracy in the classrooms. Okay, that's interesting. So they're going to put democracy in the classrooms. They're actually going to start young Americans and teach young Americans how to live by democratic principles, how to get along with one another, how to make collective decisions, how to tolerate each other's opinion, and how to get along, how to recognize tyranny, how to recognize authoritarianism, and to make sure that nobody has authority over them. They're Americans. They believe in freedom, and they should have the dignity which a freedom-loving American should have. Right? Am I right? So yeah, democracy in the classrooms. That's great. Okay, so a lot of bad stuff, but I didn't see that part. That's I like that. So good job with the Big Daddy Strange getting democracy in the classrooms, but the school board, they're not going to like that. The school board is going to hate that. They'll probably fight you on that. They don't want democracy in the classrooms. They want, everybody's just supposed to kiss the Mein Führer, the dictator, the monarch, the autocrat. Yeah, they're just going to kiss the autocrat's ass. You know who the autocrat is. I don't even need to say his name. So, Ed Brown, of course, no comment whatsoever. Didn't say anything. Just quiet as a mouse. You barely hear him, I think Calvin Coolidge, the ghost of Calvin Coolidge called, and he wants his personality back. Ed. So, okay, let's see here, right under here, let's see, removal, directors, bureaus, departments, city employees. Everybody gets a free pony. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to get some democracy in the classrooms. Everybody's going to get a free pony. So that's exciting, right? That's what Hillary said that Bernie was doing, but actually it was at Vermin Supreme. I think that's what she meant. Vermin Supreme promised everybody a pony. Bernie didn't promise everybody a pony, so I don't even know what the hell she's talking about, to be honest with you. But the logistics, that might be a nightmare, getting everybody a free pony. And then what do we, I live in the city, so I don't even know what I would do with the pony. It'd probably like crap on everything, and I have to feed it. It's getting the winter time. Can they survive outside? No, I don't know if they could survive in the cold. That's kind of mean, though, and I got a really tiny yard that just doesn't even, it'll probably stink, right? They'll probably be pooping all over the place. No, I don't think the free pony makes any sense. I mean, I like the sentiments, but, again, free ponies? I didn't want a free pony, so get that pony out of here, okay? Nick Gardasar, I don't want your ponies. Now, everybody must laugh at Nick Gardasar's jokes. Okay, that's interesting. So he's going to be the funniest person in town once this thing passes. Then, let's see here. Oh my goodness. So they're saying the Jews are cancer and they must... Oh my God, okay. There's some Nazi shit coming up here. There's some Nazi shit. You didn't even notice that, did you? They slipped in some... they banning all Jews. So if you're a Jew now, you have to wear an armband and they're, marking all your businesses. So that's part of Big Daddy Strange. I bet you didn't know that either. Let's see here. Let's get to the bottom of this, right? So essentially, the office and the agency to change notice requirements relating to personal injury claims against the city. Well, there it is right there. That's the 6-4. Change notice requirements relating to personal injury claims. If you get injured by the street, by the sidewalk, by the alley, you had 60 days to write the city manager. Now, if you get injured, I have no idea how many days you got. I don't even know who you're supposed to write to. They've, crossed out the city manager part, the 60-day part, and then even the description of events. They cross that part out too. So basically they're giving you no indication of how you're supposed to, sue the city. So they're making it harder to sue the city. Now that's in terms of if you fell on the street, sidewalk, alleys. It's all about the street, sidewalk, alleys. And now they're adding this city employees within the course of their employment. So the finance director could go fucking jihad and then have, the state defend them. No, the employee immunity clause. Yeah, I'm a finance director. Of course I'm allowed to hit you. In the course of my duties, I was trying to get some financing done, and you tried to stop me, so I used some violence. And I'm immune because of Section 6-4. Thanks, Big Daddy Strange. All the city employees, should thank Big Daddy Strange. You can attack and hurt anybody you want to, as long as it's in the course of employment. So, street sweeper, somebody stands in the way, plow right over him, right? It's in the course of his employment. I'm trying to sweep the street, and you were standing in front of me. You were trying to stop me from doing my job. You were trying to stop me in the course of my employment. You tried to stop me from doing my job, and so I ran over. I know it's, a little hyperbolic, but that's the extent of what immunity is. Immunity? I believe in the rule of law. Nobody is immune in the rule of law in a democracy. We're going to give you immunity? It doesn't say immunity, it just says change notice requirements relating to personal injury claims against the city. So Nick Gardasar said the immunity clause. He specifically said those words, the personal injury claims. So, that's good enough right there. The personal injury claims, what it just sounds like to me is it makes it a lot harder to sue. So they say, look at the state law, but they don't tell you what you're supposed to do. And then they add the city employees to it. So they scratched out 60 days, they scratched out city manager, they scratched out time, place, location, details, how your report is supposed to look like. They scratched that part out, and then they added the city employees. So if you get hurt by the street, or if a city employee punches you in the face, Now it's harder to sue them. If you want to sue them for that, you have to go look at the state law, and who knows what the hell the state law is, and who gives a shit, because fuck you, you're just a stupid ass citizen of Pueblo, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Your damn candidates don't even know what the hell you're talking about, but, you know, you'll just follow along because you don't know what's going on. So you want to be accepted. You're trying to, you know, oh, I just want to be accepted, so I'll just go, everybody, it looks like everybody's for this thing, I'm just going to go along with it. No, everybody isn't for the thing. In fact, I don't see how anybody could really be for it if they really read the thing. To provide for a special runoff election for the office of mayor if no candidates for the office receives a majority of the votes cast. So runoff election, right? So that's somewhat progressive. It sucks. Instant runoff voting would have been better. So the weird, I mean, the Jews, I mean, that's a weird addition. The four horsemen of the apocalypse is very weird. Nick Gardasar's taking the firstborn of everybody. It's just really weird, you know, just really, marijuana is now illegal again, so Big Daddy Strange is, you know, is kicking marijuana out of this town. We're going to go back to the 1950s, back in the good old days, you know, when it was a segregated society, when there was lots of poverty and, you know, other bullshit back then that people pretend they forget about. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, free ice cream for everybody. So, okay, I like that. I like ice cream. So, I don't know. I mean, there's good things and bad things, right? So I really enjoy ice cream. I want some ice cream. So free ice cream for everybody. Okay, it's looking up now, right? You can forgive all the little secret things that's in it because, you know, overall, it does mostly good stuff. Free ice cream. Everybody loves ice cream. Spare the rod, spoil the parent. Okay, I like that, right? Spare the rod, spoil the parent. So, you know, to the parents who like to beat up children for the entire 18 years, you deserve to be beat up for 18 years because that's justice, and violence upon your own kids, that should be the very last option. If that's your first option, well then you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're a child-beating, abusive, low-life piece of shit. So spare the rod, spoil the parent. Okay, free ice cream for everybody. We're going to stop child abuse. And land reform. Oh my goodness. Shut the front door. Shut the front door. Land reform? Land reform ends poverty. Land reform ends poverty. Free ice cream, spare the rod, spoil the parent, land reform. Oh my God, I'll ignore all the bad stuff that's in it because you know what? This thing is good. This is great land reform. We're going to get some land reform in Pueblo City because they truly care about you and me, and they're going to get us all a piece of land. Oh my God, they're changing the entire government to get us free ponies, to give us free ice cream, and to get us some free land. They want an agrarian society. They want to turn Pueblo City into a happy valley. They want Pueblo City to turn into a happy valley. So, God, this is amazing. I changed my mind, everybody. You know, maybe we need the four horsemen of the apocalypse as long as we get some land reform. So I'm going to ignore all these horrible things that I just came across in this Big Daddy Strange, and I'm just going to go ahead and accept it because, well, frankly, you know, my authority figure, the person that always bosses me around, he told me, and I like him, so I'm just going to believe him, right? I want him to like me. If I don't agree with it, I don't think he'll like me. But then nobody ever respects an obedient person. You got to stand up to the person. That's how you win respect. So actually, I probably should just oppose it just to get some respect, right? Yeah, no, I don't like this. This is really bad. Four horsemen of the apocalypse. Then what about that Holocaust bullshit, right? The Jew thing. How could you all miss that? Oh my God, we're going to be marking the Jews and marking the Jewish businesses. I don't know how you people can live with yourselves, to be honest.